G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to another GuitarZero2Hero song tutorial. And in this lesson, I'll be teaching you how to play Million Reasons by Lady Gaga. So for the basics of this song, you'll need your guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo at all. And you'll need to know 4 chord shapes. Now to master your chords back to front, be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. So the 4 chord shapes are C, A minor, F, and finally G. So let's start with the intro and verse. And it's a 4 chord progression that just goes C, A minor, F, and G. Now for the intro, you'll just strum each chord once. So it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... When the verse kicks in, this is where we're going to implement a strumming pattern. Now I'm going to show you a really simple strumming pattern that you can use here in this verse. And after that, I'll actually show you what's played in the studio version. So for the super basic version, we're still going to use those 4 chord shapes, but the strumming pattern is simply going to be down, 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 down. Now the dynamic in this verse is quite soft, so with the strumming, we'll adopt a really soft down strum. You can also accent the beats on the 2 beat and the 4 beat if you want to add something extra. So it will just sound like this with chords. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Notice how I accent the 2 beat and the 4 beat, but everything is just down strummed. So that's the super simple way of playing it. But in the studio recorded version, there's a few embellishments that are played. So for the C chord, we strum this up into the 2 beat, and then there's no strum until the end beat after the 3. And on that strum, what you do is you lift your middle finger up off the C chord, which sounds like that. So for the C chord, it will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Notice how that altered chord is on the end beat after the 3. And one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... For the A minor, we basically do the exact same thing. Except the embellished chord is us lifting up our index finger. And that's the strum you're going to hit on the end beat after the 3. So that will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then when we get to the F chord, we're actually going to play it like this. We're not going to play the bar F chord. And this is because there's a little embellishment to this chord which requires this shape. So for this shape, it's basically the same as a bar chord, except you lift your index finger and your index finger only rests on the 1st and 2nd strings of the 1st fret. And your thumb reaches over and hits the 1st fret of the 6th string. So you're going to strum this again 3 times until the 2 beat. And then on the end beat after the 3, what you're going to do is you're going to lift your middle finger. And that's the embellished chord. So the F sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... And then for the G chord, there's no embellished chord. You're just going to strum it up into the 2 beat. And then again on the end beat after the 3. So it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... And altogether, the way it's played in the studio recorded version sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now we move on to the chorus, and it basically just has one 4 chord progression that goes F, C, A minor, and then G. The strumming pattern we're going to use is going to go like this. Down, 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 up. And in succession. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. We're going to play each chord for one strumming pattern, and the chord progression will just sound like this. play that chord progression 3 times in the chorus, and then we just end on an F chord. We just strum that once, and there's no strumming pattern for that. Now we get to the bridge, and we just have 3 lines of chords. So the first line of chords is a 4-chord chord progression that goes A minor, F, C, and then G. And we're going to use the exact same strumming pattern that we used for the chorus, which goes down, 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 up. And you're going to play that once for each chord. That first line is repeated twice. So the first line of chords will sound like this. Then our second line of chords is F, C, G, and A minor. And you're going to play each chord for 1 strumming pattern. And then our third line of chords is simply an F. Now this F builds itself up, and it's held out for 2 bars. So 2 counts of 4 essentially. So the second and third lines will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Notice how I slowly build up that F chord. Then we get into the final chorus. And the final chorus is quite similar to the other choruses. We have that 4-chord chord progression that goes F, C, A minor, and G. And that's played 3 times. And then we end on an F chord. But this F chord is held out for 3 bars. So 3 counts of 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we end on 1 last line of chords, which is A minor, then F, and C. And those 3 chords are just strummed once. There's no strumming pattern for them. So now I'm going to be playing the intro, verse, chorus, bridge, and the last chorus. And I'm going to have my good friend Diana singing on top for some vocal context. If you want to see her full vocal cover for this, I'm playing guitar for it, then just check out the link here. Be sure to check out the video, subscribe to her channel, and show her some love. So feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. You're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons. If I had a highway, I would run for the hills. If you could find a dry way, I'd forever be still. But you're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons. To stay. To stay.
So hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Also be sure to check out the full vocal cover right here and subscribe to my friend Diana's channel. If you've enjoyed this and you want to see more in the future, then it helps me so much if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave your thoughts, comments and questions below, and I'll see you next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.
I was doing just fine before I met you. Drink too much and that's an issue. Okay. Tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them